was like, you're responsible for all the violence in Sinaloa that has stemmed from this war that has now broken out between the factions, blaming each other as far as who was responsible for this arrest of this, again, historical criminal figure in Mexico. And the government's only response was to accuse El Chapo Guzman's son of treason. Think about that. That was the reaction of the federal government to somebody handing over the most powerful and influential cartel head in Mexican history to the United States, was to accuse him of treason. So I think that should tell you everything you need to know about the current federal government, and also about its possible reaction to an actual direct action mission in Mexico. Yeah, there will be a lot of indignation. There will be a lot of noise and sound, but I don't think they can do anything about it. I mean, they already caved into the pressure of the tariff that Trump had put forth within 2 days. So I think if anything is going to happen that makes any sort of significant change into the future, now's the time.
Yeah, the last question I have, in politics in Mexico, especially this recent election, there was some of the most assassinations due to, the cartel or whoever it was kind of making sure the people that they wanted were going to be in power. Is that indicative of saying that Claudia Sheinbaum is definitely connected in some capacity for the fact that she's still, kind of the figurehead and voice, or assassinating someone like her would cause way too much issues in Mexico?
All those assassinations were basically one cartel having a political candidate and the other one having a different one. So I don't want your candidate to win, so I'm going to kill him. That's exactly what's happening in Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't think there is any doubt in my mind that the previous president of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, although he is highly beloved in Mexico, and I get a lot of shit for speaking this, was connected and sponsored. This political campaign was sponsored by elements of the Sinaloa Cartel. And if people deny that, why did we have a president visiting the hometown of El Chapo Guzman 6 times in his presidency? I mean, what is so important about that specific town? We have him on video talking to El Chapo Guzman's lawyer. We have him petitioning the United States government to release El Chapo Guzman back into Mexican custody that he escaped twice, and we also have him soliciting the U.S. government to give back a high-level general in the form of Cienfuegos, who had a bunch of charges on him for organized crime and association, that he was arrested in the United States, and he pressured the U.S. government in some way to get him back. So if anybody doubts that he's sort of like shadiness going on there, just look into these things that I just put forth. Now, Sheinbaum is new into the game in a lot of ways. When I say new, I mean I haven't figured out exactly what her angle is. Her political campaign was definitely sponsored by criminal organizations, specifically of the Sinaloa kind. And there's definitely some sort of favoritism that was happening there. But it's not as clear. I think I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. issues some sort of arrest warrant or some sort of indictment against the former president of Mexico. Not the current one, but at least one or a few of the former presidents of Mexico is probably going to go down. There's a reason why most of them live in Spain. Most of the former presidents of Mexico are hiding out in Spain, except the last one. The last one basically built a compound near a military barracks, and that's where he lives.
Interesting stuff, man. I really appreciate your expertise and just your willingness to come onto the show again. If you don't mind, tell the audience where they can find you, where they can reach out to you, everything else you have going on.
Edsmanifesto.com and Manifesto Radio Podcast on Instagram. I'm around. I have an opinion. I speak from the heart. I have no political allegiances. I didn't like the past 2 candidates of the presidency in the United States. I am very much I'm very much pro-gun. I'm pro-America. I'm pro-Mexico, and I think there is no future without both countries coming together. There's just no way we're going to be able to figure out the future without us figuring out something together. And I'm trying to bridge the gap.
Ironclad creates premium content no matter the environment. From extreme elements to unforgiving terrain, we thrive on crafting content that captures the essence of your brand in the most challenging conditions. Bring your brand story to life, ensuring your message leaves an impact. Ready to elevate your vision? Connect with us today at ironcladagency.com.